Sports play an important role in our lives. From the early childhood years where we take sports very seriously to the later years in life where we consider it as a hobby, a fitness ritual, and sometimes even a profession. Today in every part of the world some sport is passionately followed. Today we are going to take a look at the top 10 most popular sports in the world. Number 1 pick is football. Commonly known as football and sometimes soccer, the game is played by approximately 250 million players spread over 200 countries, making it the world's most popular sport. And now in 2021, it also holds its place among the richest sports in the world. Around 3.5 billion follow football. That is almost half the world's population. Football is a sport played between two teams of 11 players with a spherical ball and is played in rectangular field with a goal at each end. The objective of the game is to score by using any part of the body besides the arm and hands to get the football into the opposing goal. However, goalkeepers are allowed to touch the ball with their hands. Football is enjoyed by fans in almost all regions of the world. The regions where it is most popular are Europe, Africa, Asia, and America, which again covers almost half of the world. The biggest competition for football is the World Cup, that held after every 4 years. According to reports, more than 3.2 billion people watched the FIFA World Cup 2018, it is by far the most watched sporting event in the world. Second most popular sport is cricket. It is the second most popular sport in the world with 2.5 to 3 billion fans. Cricket is a bat and ball game played between two teams of 11 players on the field at the center of which is a rectangular 22-yard-long pitch. The two competing teams take turns to bat, attempting to score runs. While one team is batting, the other team fields. Each turn is known as an innings. Cricket has 3 different formats, that is, Test, One-Day Innings, and T20. Cricket is the most watched sport in the second most populated country in the world, India, and also its subcontinent including Bangladesh, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka. West Indies, South Africa, and Australia also watch cricket the most. About 2.2 billion people from around the world watched the Cricket World Cup on their televisions. The biggest competition for cricket is the ICC Cricket World Cup, that is held every 4 years. ICC T20 World Cup is also gaining momentum and this World Cup of the shorter format of the game is held every 2 years. On third number is basketball. One of the most paying sports, basketball is the third most watched and played sport in the world. The number of basketball fans ranges from 2 to 2.5 billion. Most of the fans are concentrated in the US, Canada, China, Japan, and the Philippines. Basketball is a sport played by two teams of 5 players on a rectangular court. The objective is to shoot a ball through a hoop 18 inches in a diameter and 10 feet high mounted to a backboard at each end. A team can score a field goal by shooting the ball through the basket during regular play. A field goal scores 2 points for the shooting team if a player is touching or is closer to the basket, or 3 points if the player is behind the 3-point line. Olympics is one of the biggest competition and Basketball World Cup is another major competition in the world. On fourth position is hockey, field and ice. Hockey is a family of sports. Field hockey is the national game of Pakistan as well as India, while ice hockey is popular especially in Canada, the USA, Latvia, and Sweden. The number of combined fans for both forms of hockey reaches around 2.2 billion. Hockey is played between two teams by trying to maneuver a ball or a puck into the opponent's goal using a hockey stick. Field hockey is a widely watched sport in the countries of Pakistan, India, Australia, the United Kingdom, Germany, Malaysia, and the Netherlands. While ice hockey has an amazing fan following in Canada and the USA. Both field and ice hockey are major sporting events in the Olympics. Fifth, tennis. It is the 5th most popular sport in the world and it has around 1 billion fans in Europe, the Americas, and Asia. Tennis is a sport that people usually play individually against a single opponent or between two teams of 2 players each. Each player uses a racket that is strung with a cord to strike a hollow rubber ball covered with felt over or around a net and into the opponent's court. The objective of the game is to play the ball in such a way that the opponent is not able to play a good return. The major competitions of tennis are the 4 Grand Slams, which are Wimbledon, the US Open, the French Open, and the Australian Open. 6th, volleyball. Around 900 million fans across Asia, Europe, the Americas, and Australia. Volleyball has been a part of the official program of the Summer Olympic Games since 1964. It is a team sport in which 2 teams of 6 players are separated by a net. Each team tries to score points by grounding a ball on the other team's court under organized rules. The sport has a vast following around the world, including countries such as Brazil, Russia, Japan, China, the USA, Italy, Cuba, and Poland. The FIVB Volleyball Championship is the biggest competition in the sport in the world. 24 countries participate in the event and it is held every 4 years. 7th is table tennis. Table tennis has a strong fan base of around 850 million people and is the 7th most popular sport in the world. The sport is popular in almost all the countries of the world, but only as a hobby and as an amateur sport. Table tennis, also known as ping pong, is a sport in which 2 or 4 players hit a lightweight ball back and forth using table tennis rackets. The game takes place on a hard table divided by a net. Except for the initial serve, players must allow a ball played towards them only one bounce on their side of the table and must return it so that it bounces on the opposite side. There are only a few countries where the sport is popular at the professional level, such as China, Sweden, Japan, and South Korea. World Table Tennis Championship is the biggest event of table tennis in the world. 8th, baseball. There are around 500 million fans of baseball spread across the US, Japan, Cuba, and the Dominican Republic, making it the 8th most popular sport in the world. The sport is widely watched in these countries, but the viewership is not that good in other countries of the world. Baseball is a bat and ball game played between 2 teams of 9 players who takes turn batting and fielding. The offense attempts to score more runs than its opponent by hitting a ball thrown by the pitcher with a bat and moving counterclockwise around a series of 4 bases. A run is scored when the runner advances around the bases and return to home plate. There are only a handful of countries where professional leagues of baseball are in place. These includes US, Taiwan, Japan, Korea, and Australia. The biggest tournaments in baseball are Baseball World Cup, and World Baseball Classic. 9th, American football. It is known as football in the United States and gridiron in some other countries, as the name should suggest, finds most of its popularity in the US. It is most popular sport with around 410 million fans. It is a sport played by 2 teams of 11 players on a rectangular field 120 yards long and 53.3 yards wide with a goal posts at each end. The offense attempts to advance an oval ball down the field by running with it or passing it. They must advance it at least 10 yards in 4 downs to receive a new set of 4 downs and continue the drive. If not, they turn over the ball to the opposing team. Although it is the most popular sport in US, it has negligible popularity in other countries of the world. The biggest event is Super Bowl and it is played almost throughout the year. However, its relevancy peaks up during the NFL season. 10th, golf. With around 300 million fans, golf concludes our top 10 list of most popular sports in the world. It is more popular among the elderly as compared to young people, with most of these fans concentrated in the US, Canada, and Europe. Golf is a precision club and ball sport in which competing players use many types of clubs to hit balls into a series of holes on a course using the fewest numbers of strokes. The sport enjoys high levels of viewership among male adults belonging to the upper class. There are 118 countries in the International Golf Federation. The sport has seen a lot of growth in countries like China, Turkey, Malaysia, and Indonesia. The Masters Tournament, the US Open, the Open Championship, and the PGA Championship are the biggest competitions. So, these are the top 10 most popular sports in the world. However, there are other popular sports in the world which are Formula 1, Boxing, MMA, MotoGP, Athletics, Badminton, Cycling, Swimming, Snooker, Shooting, Gymnastics, Handball, Wrestling, Skiing, and horse racing. So, now you know which are the most popular sports in the world. Which one do you like? So tell us how did you like this video, and please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.